There are 4 guys in there who are killing themselves, and if this stuff is not done correctly, they're not going to win.
This week, our Buckaroo builders step back in time
Don't pretend to know how to do something when you don't.
as they take on transforming this run-of-the-mill residence into an Old West homestead worthy of the Duke himself. The homeowners have agreed to hand over their keys to our Marshal of Monster Makeovers, Steve Watson. He's rowdy, he's relentless, and he's got just 5 days to finish the entire job.
Welcome to Monster House.
Our house was plain and simple. It was safe and normal. It was nice and sweet, but we all agreed we could use a change. And then something happened that was very strange, 'cause a van showed up, all our stuff went flying, and my mom was crying till the job was done. Now it's a monster house. It's a monster house. It's a monster house, and we all just love it. It's a monster house.
Ron Goldberg and John Ouvrier are a couple of divorced dads who found a unique way to buy into the American dream.
I went through a divorce, and he went through a divorce, and I had good credit, but didn't have enough money to buy a house.
So we put resources together and got a house. The odd couple meets married with children.
But 2 guys sharing a house doesn't mean his and his towels.
You know, I have a girlfriend. You know, her name's Lisa Conroy.
I am here to verify that, yes, Ron Goldberg here is heterosexual.
We're just 2 guys that want a nice place for our kids.
So they've asked Steve to turn their home into the Wild Wild West.
Wild West is adventurous. Wild West is fun. If the kids think it's cool, then I'm the coolest dad on the block.
The catch? They have to leave all design and construction decisions in the hands of Steve and his team. All they know is what they can see from the motorhome parked out front. Steve summons his design team to take on this Texas-sized transformation. Architect Todd Erlinson, illustrator Craig Rizzo, and Peter Hampton, production designer of the Jackie Chan flick Shanghai Noon.
Okay, Ron and John, 2 divorced dads. They've been friends since high school. They've got these great kids. They picked an Old West theme. You gotta have saloon doors and all that. This wall right here is basically just this shoddy wall that they put together just to create a bedroom for one of the dads.
So this was the original living room, and this wall was added later to make
Right.
this extra bedroom. I see. So by taking that wall out, we can get that bigger room back and have
Open
some
the room
space
back
to
up.
do something special.
I think possibly it should be something like a theater of some sort.
Should be able to open up the ceiling and have a cathedral-type ceiling.
Basically just a balcony up top that looks like the upstairs balcony at the old in the old saloon. We're taking the ceiling out. Now I say we put the stage in this area right here.
But with all this happening for the kids there, what's there for the parents? What's there for the dads?
Well, you gotta have a poker table. Gotta have a poker table. What Old West saloon didn't have a poker table over in the corner?
Then what about having it from the ceiling, like a wagon wheel or something for a chandelier, that the poker table is on the top of it and you could let it down from the ceiling? It's not going to take up all the space when you don't want it.
All right, so now we've managed to evict this guy out of his temporary bedroom here. Where are you going to put him?
They've got this covered patio, and if there's some way to convert this to a livable space, a place where you could sleep.
It's kind of rustic sensibility, like like you're sleeping out in the barn, or it's a cowboy bunkhouse, or something like that.
That would actually give him more space than he had before.
Here's the plan. The builders will restore the original living room by knocking out a dividing wall. The room will become an old Western saloon with a stage and a wagon wheel chandelier that turns into a poker table. The ceiling will be removed to create a balcony and the illusion of a second story. Outside, the patio will be enclosed to become a cowboy bunkhouse, complete with a rustic bed and old-fashioned bathtub.
Thanks, guys.
Monday.
It's day 1, and our 5 house-building hombres have just hit town. George Jack Weems, master carpenter. Eric Babish, construction wonder kid. Ray Perez, general contractor. Justin Lawson, certified electrician. And Rusty Booher, structural ironworker. They'll have just 5 days to complete this entire remodel. If successful, they'll each receive tools from Makita and Isab worth over $3,000. It's 7 a.m. as our two dads make their way to their motorhome away from home. And here comes Sheriff Steve, riding in to pick up the keys.
Enjoy your stay in that RV.
Thank you.
All the homeowners can do now is wait and wonder. Inside, Steve lays the plan out to his magnificent 5.
Take a look at these, take a look at the ceiling, and understand that you're taking it down. But we want all this opened up. We're gonna bring out a balcony. It's gonna wrap around here. It's gonna go into here so you got some depth, some doors up there for dressing and some rooms to give us some space. It'll be cosmetic, but it needs to be strong. The kids like to sing and dance. They have all their friends over here. They have karaoke night with all their friends a lot. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give them a stage. Right here, we need the stage to come up around 12 inches, about a foot. But also we need a little something for the dads. They wanna have poker night or whatever. You're gonna have a big wagon wheel chandelier that needs to come down on some sort of a hoist. I would like it to be a poker table. And now we're taking it outside. We're gonna enclose this area here. We want to put the bed, and then we want this old tub that's gonna tap into the plumbing from the kitchen right there. I think it'll be Friday night at midnight, and there'll be a lot of sweat, a lot of screaming going on, a lot of work. Just because you're on a time crunch doesn't mean you can cut corners. We leave, these guys have to live here. They have to stay here, this is their house. Things have to be done right, has to be functional, and has to be practical. That is, if you fail, I fail, and I haven't failed yet.
Demolition starts with tearing out the wimpy wall in the living room.
Now see, that is the Monster House way. Good job.
Ceiling's coming down.
Rusty dances on the ceiling, sending down a snowfall of rock wool insulation.
I'm having fun up here.
As the dust settles, Ray does some housekeeping.
I enjoy a clean, safe environment to work in. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to get any of my guys hurt. So you keep a clean area to work in, everybody's safe, and the job is done.
Ray, I think in a past life was a good humor man out in Connecticut.
I'm a general contractor. I dress like this because I started as a painter and pretty much stayed with it. Hopefully it stands for my integrity and my work habits and work ethics.
A new doorway needs to be cut in the living room wall to provide access to what will become the patio bunkhouse. Steve gets to drive the golden spike.
See, I like to break it and let these guys fix it.
Outside, a wagon load of lumber arrives. Inside, the doorway crew has uncovered a mysterious pipe.
Well, really the next step is finding out exactly what it is, whether it's gas or water, before we go sawing into it and blow the place up.
Justin and Ray head off to kill the gas.
I had to turn the off.
Wait, hey, look at this. Read the directions, I guess.
Rotate face went slowly off. Well, turn until this, and that's until I do it. So I was just being precautious. You know, turn the gas off, turn the water off, turn the electrical off, and throw the main switch. I mean, you can never be too careful. All right, the power's off.
Confident that he's got all bases covered, Justin prepares to cut the pipe.
Yeah. Gas is off. As long as the gas is off.
Gas is off.
The electricity is off. Here we go.
There you go.
Are you kidding me?
What kind of wire is that? Cable. It's cable.
Cable company, it is cable wire.
Hey, they won't be watching this show on TV now. We cut their cable.
Now that the ceiling and the insulation have been cleared away, it's time to raise the roof. The joists are cut out to make room for the second-story balcony.
Go watch yourself.
Outside, Jack starts to frame out the walls for the patio enclosure.
I get ready to box in this screened-in porch.
To nail the lumber securely to the concrete patio floor, he needs a tool called a ram set.
A ram set is a tool that shoots a pin through the wood and into the concrete to secure that bottom plate. 22 caliber charge, and it pushes the piston and drives the pin down into the concrete.
Here's how it works. A ram set uses a gunpowder cartridge to drive a nail directly into cement. Jack puts in his request,
I got a question
but
for him.
Ray raises a red flag.
Hey, Jack. Jack wants to use the ram set. My concern being a general contractor, I have to look out for the entire crew. Is Jack actually licensed and certified to use this?
Am I certified to use it? That's a new one on me. I never heard you had to be certified to use a ram set.
Yeah, you do. Being a powder actuated fastener, you do. You have to be checked out on it.
Oh. Well,
you can't just buy it off the shelf and use it.
No, you can't just go buy a...
I mean, you could, but see, what my concern was, being a general, being all the rules and regs and all the things that I have to look out for, that falls under one of the things that concerns me. I mean, just because you used it for it doesn't mean you know how to use it. And so I can't just sit there and watch you knowing that you can't, you know what I mean? So I stepped up and had to ask, or else that's why we use lag shields and lag bolts.
Lag shields and lag bolts. Okay, go ahead.
No, hey, I'm asking.
I've been doing this stuff for 25 years. We just grab one and go, man.
Well, a lot of things happen like that, though. See, so I can't check off on that.
We can sit here and talk about it for
so
the next
no,
2
I mean,
hours, not getting anything
exactly,
done.
And shoot the thing
The
down.
question gets tabled, and the team gets back to work.
I think we're behind. I think we need to have this thing framed up today, and I can't see letting, whether somebody's checked out on a ram set or not, slow us up, It's really not that big of an issue.
Overhead, Eric and Rusty start tearing off the patio's tin roof. Out front, homeowner Ron arrives.
This is my son, Jake. Jake, say hey to America.
Hello.
Oh my God.
It suddenly hits him that his house is being torn apart by total strangers.
We never checked credentials to actually see if they are contractors or if they know what they're doing.
Tearing it up, piece by piece, ripping it to shreds.
It'll go that far.
It's near sundown before the ram set finally arrives, but it's the junior version.
This is an old-fashioned one right here.
Okay.
Hey, those are neat.
Yeah.
Jack isn't in the mood for another safety
You
lecture.
betcha. I've been checked out on this one 1,000,000 times.
Done.
Wow, that was tough, wasn't it? Got certified for that.
There you go.
Hey, I have a gun here, buddy.
Hey, you in? You
And
in?
Ray backs off.
I feel safe with him and in discussing with him that he's used the tool before. It's not his first time. I'm a team player. We're all going along. I have to work with my guys. So I feel comfortable with him, but I had to bring it up.
Jack starts firing nails into the concrete, but it's getting late and the rest of the team is getting tired. They've made progress tearing things out, so they decide to leave the framing for tomorrow and call it a night.
We're done? I'll see you in the morning then.
Tuesday.
Day 2, and Steve decides to start it off by treating the team to a cold shower.
This is just a constant reminder of what's going on. And this is accurate. I mean, this is this is NASA clock. It's accurate to the second, so now you know.
We have a mental clock running, but to see the tenths of a second running off is pretty darn quick.
Jack and Rusty start work on the second-story balcony. Eric and Ray remove the sliding glass to make room for Western-style doors. Steve and Justin team up to build the stage.
We're just gonna build a couple boxes, lay it down, put some plywood on top of it, make sure it's nice and sturdy with lots of support for a bunch of kids up here singing and dancing.
The electrician tries his hand at carpentry.
I'm putting these boards together like, all stacked up like that, right?
Right here. So right now we're just building our bottom frame, our top frame, and then and then we're doing a 7-inch stud in the middle of it to keep all your support to make your box.
That's
all right, brother.
That's all right. I got.
You're good.
Just lack of communication of what we needed, so it's just a matter of redoing it.
I cut him wrong. My fault. I should have been thinking ahead, which I wasn't. Hey, let me knock these nails out. Oh, no. Where's this plug into? What is this?
Oh, it's gonna be something. I don't think that he has a clue.
Inside, Jack and Rusty turn a bunch of sawed-off ceiling joists into the beginnings of a balcony.
Yep. God, it's amazing the way things fit. There you go.
Nice.
Instant balcony.
That makes me really happy.
Eric and Ray are ready to frame the door to the patio. But first, Justin needs to reroute the cable wire he cut, and he's not quite sure how to do it.
God, I hate this. This is aggravating, man.
He's got to run a cable before we can finish what we're doing above.
While they wait for Justin, Ray and Eric move on to the patio roof. Out front, John and his daughter Caitlin find out why we call it Monster House.
It's 100 times more than what I expected. I didn't expect pallets of stuff to be showing up on the front lawn, a whole dumpster. I had no idea, not even any clue whatsoever.
Justin is finally ready to reroute the wire around the door.
I'm just going to take some of this flex, connect it to the pipe, and just reroute it over the door. And it should be good to go.
Ray and Eric spend the hot afternoon on the patio roof. Inside, Jack and Rusty add beams to their balcony.
Talking with him, maybe not even this job.
Late in the day, there are signs of progress, with one exception. Jack jumps in to rescue our befuddled wire jockey.
Oh, that's it. Thank you, sir. This isn't easy, and it's like when it's metal and you gotta pull it through some wood holes, holes in wood. I'm venting out my rage.
Venting out my rage.
I wish you'd just pick up the pace a little bit.
Man, either you're an electrician or you're not. That's the bottom line, man.
It's after 8 p.m. before the wiring is done, and they can finally get started hanging the door.
20 or 30 minutes after lunch, I was hoping to have that door framed in and done. So all we had to do was put the jamb back and hook the doors back. But issues.
Getting this door up today has taken a lot longer than I would like for it to have taken. I think these guys needed to get something accomplished and get it out of the way and go ahead and be able to check that off their project list.
Hey, the doors are up.
As day 2 winds down, the team is beginning to wonder if they've been saddled with slim pickings.
Wednesday, hump day.
There's only 3 days left, and our most experienced builder is beginning to wonder if these cowpokes belong on the ranch.
I thought that we'd have seasoned construction people out here. We have a contractor who's managerial and really doesn't have a whole lot of hands-on experience. Eric, he does labor. I mean, he's a helper. No skill levels. Rusty is an iron worker. I mean, this is kind of completely out of his scope. Justin would definitely be fired. He'd be the first one to get fired.
Dude didn't even know how to use a saw, man.
Up in the balcony, Jack and Rusty start off by laying the tongue-and-groove flooring. Outside, Ray and Eric add exterior siding to the newly enclosed patio.
Yay!
Justin is installing a light switch for the stage.
This will give me easier access to the wire. And I can see exactly where I'm coming down from and exactly where I'm going to. That's what I'm looking for right there.
Jack notices that Justin is cutting into a load-bearing beam.
Where's that beam in there? I don't know. I didn't design the house.
Is that a load-bearing beam? Do you know? Of course, you know, if that was a load-bearing beam, we'll know in about 15 minutes when that wall comes down.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I don't know. I doubt it. I mean, I don't.
Don't tear the house down.
I'm not. I don't want to tear the whole thing down.
And more importantly, don't burn the house down.
No.
The electrical still seems to be an issue. You know, there's some exposed wires that are taped up that aren't up to par, and we can't have that. We need everything to be up to code. Justin is a great worker. We just want to make sure this job is done right.
Steve decides to put this fire out before it gets out of control.
Now, there are some current concerns in regards to the electrical situation.
Okay. Well, Justin, we'll start with you then. Where are you at and how are you feeling?
It's not a good thing to ask me right now.
Okay.
Where you at? Where you at right now, man?
Is the work that's being done, is it something that we should have someone take a look at to make sure that it's done up to par?
Yes.
Then it's not being done right. Just like if I ask, okay, with his framing, with this stuff that's going on up there, do you really feel like we need to have someone else come and take a look at that to make sure it's not going to fall down? What would the answer be?
No.
No.
I'm getting a little nervous about it now. This is not a personal thing on you at all. It's just a matter of when we leave here, like I said, this has to be functional. We can't have fuses popping. We can't have a fire. We can't have things not working. It's got to be up to par.
The easy answer would be to send this greenhorn packing. But on Monster House, that's not an option. Like him or not, they're stuck with him. Steve does his best to keep this sinking ship afloat.
So what are you doing? What are you looking for?
I didn't give him my metal box that I need.
Is that something you can jump in the car and go pick up that would cut a lot of time rather than waiting for somebody?
Well, I would if my fuel filter wasn't bad. I mean, I'm stranded now. So, on top of all this other that's just, you know, the cherry on the cake. I mean, I'm trying not to look stupid up here trying to do this either.
Just like Jack said, it doesn't take a day to stand and look at a box. The flubber man's not coming in to fix it for you.
That's beautiful. That's perfect.
Out front, John and his son Nick ponder their Ponderosa in progress.
He's gonna be the most popular kid on the block.
With the day half over, Justin is still fishing for wires. Up on the balcony, Jack and Rusty have moved on to the board and batten walls.
We're going to use a board and batten pattern, for the board being the main part of it, and then a batten being a board going over that to close off these gaps. It's a nice pattern, you know, it'll look good in here. I mean, have you been up here to see this Taj Mahal balcony yet?
Yeah, but I mean, come on. Anybody can pull this off.
Dude,
what are you doing?
Taj Mahal balcony.
On the patio, Ray and Eric are fortifying their bunkhouse with bales of insulation.
We're trying to get the insulation in before we can put the drywall roof on. And then we'll put drywall around these walls. Oh, this is really the fun part.
Ray has a comforter at home made of nothing but insulation.
I live for this.
As the sun slowly sinks into the west, our boys decide to call it a day. To get back into the team's good graces, Justin decides to stay.
You're ready to get out of here, man. Don't stay too long.
Chicken in the store, and I never count, and the chicken in the corner is a god never count. It's being on my hand, I'm a corner, I'm a chin, I'm a gun, I'm a born, I'm a cast on band, I'm a gun, born, but I never count, I'm scared, I'm never gonna tell you again, I'm zero, I'm going downtown, but I'm going to jail, and I have to come with a gun, John, but I got slow, and I can take a chicken, and run to the chicken, and make it so long, god dang it.
Thursday.
Last night, Justin stayed past midnight, but this morning finds him staring at the same hole in the wall.
This is gonna be a poker table. Just checking my power. They're getting in you right now, and I don't know why.
Here it is the next day, still standing in that corner, not getting nothing done. So I'm really beginning to wonder, you know, what the experience or even if there is any experience in that. We'll see how it goes.
It's not going as well as planned. It is taking me a long time, and I don't know why. Just electrical is weird. I don't know.
None of the builders have any confidence in our electrician. It's taken 3 days to wire up 2 light switches. And I'm honestly starting to second guess if this guy does electrical or not.
If we had the power to vote somebody out of the house, we would have already done it.
Steve circles the wagons and gives Justin a chance to explain what's taking so long.
This is the culprit. It's the battery receptacle, which is messing everything up. The stage lighting and just a lot of the I've done.
A competent electrician wouldn't have stood over there for an entire day looking at 3 boxes going, damn.
That's why I need somebody to just come behind me and say, look, they didn't, because I've only got one brain, I'm trying to use it, and I've got 15 different things I'm thinking about. You guys are there doing your thing, I have nobody saying, look, have you thought about this? Because sometimes I don't think about these things. I don't think about a battery receptacle.
It's important to think about that, though.
Well,
I mean, it's important. One battery, we look at you and your confidence is way down. You're not confident in your own work, otherwise we wouldn't have this discussion, really.
Don't
pretend to
know how to do something that I could care less who didn't do what, who didn't make what mistake. It's too late now. It's the middle of Thursday morning. It's time to move forward and get it over with. All right, let's get back to work.
Go.
Cool.
I'm not much of a team player. I mean, I never have been. I mean, I'm not gonna try to, camouflage or anything. I'm just not a team player. So they can take all the cheap shots they want to, but, and if they want me to take a shot at them, I will too. If they want to find out what I can do, I want to find out what I can do. I don't know what I can do, and I'd love to find out.
The rest of the team tries their best to forge ahead. Up in the balcony, Jack nails up tongue and groove ceiling.
Next on the agenda is to go ahead and get this walled out.
Out in the bunkhouse, Eric and Ray install the drywall.
All we got to do is finish these, finish this strip here, and we're done in here, and we can start hanging wood.
Since everybody's here.
Just to keep things interesting, Steve decides to throw the team a curveball.
Now I'm looking at this wall.
Monster wall.
I want it opened up.
To the other room?
Because I want to be able to sit at the table on the other side and see the show in here. Go in there and make it happen.
You know what?
For our bumbling electrician, that means moving the switch he's just spent 2 days installing.
It'll give Justin something to do, man. It'll probably take the rest of the day to move that electrical around. If not the rest of the day, probably today and into tomorrow. Whew, God, that was mean.
How's it going here, Justin? You look like you're getting a little frustrated with this thing. Can this cable not just run over here and then run out?
Nope, it's gonna be too short.
Oh, okay.
Steve decides it's time to take Justin out to the woodshed.
Honest answer, what is the level of your expertise in the electrical field?
So I've done a lot of new house wiring. I can wire a house like that, a new house like that. It's just this new electrical stuff, what you're trying to do and how to do it, and trying to connect into all this other stuff.
We have an obligation to this family living in this RV right here. We have an obligation to these teammates to get this thing done by tomorrow night at midnight, and the electrical is holding it up. And the bottom line is this: if I were a private person and I was like a homeowner and I had anyone working at this pace in my house, I would have replaced them.
Now, I'm coming from working different jobs in the past couple of years. I mean, they had nothing to do with electrical wiring. And now I'm just having to slowly get into it and get reintroduced back into it. And it's like riding a bike. Once you fall off, you gotta, or once you quit riding a bike, it's like get back on, but it's gonna take a while. You're gonna, swerve and everything like that. You might fall down, and once or twice, just get back up and keep going. I'm not stopping. I'm not sleeping. Friday, tomorrow at midnight, that's it. Either we're gonna be done or we're not gonna be done. If we're not gonna be done, it's mostly gonna be my fault, and I realize this.
Early afternoon, the Monster House design diva arrives with a potbelly stove. Tara Stevenson, set decorator from That 70s Show, is going to take Monster House back in time to the 1870s.
And I've been brought in to make this look like a Western, old town, saloon, theater. I'm bringing in an old Victorian style sofa, some great old chairs for the poker table, and appropriate lighting so that it really has the feeling that you've stepped back in time and are in an old Western saloon.
Love this woman.
Another key decoration arrives.
Looks like we have ourselves an old Western tub. We're gonna have to put a drain in this thing and hook it into the plumbing and get it in.
As day 4 winds down, the team speeds up to a full gallop. Ray and Rusty knock out the new window.
Oh yeah, that's coming off sweet. There you go.
Eric shingles the patio roof. Inside, Rusty and Jack build a proscenium for the stage.
That's why I make the big bucks, baby.
We're gonna build an archway in there so that way they can hide the curtain and stuff.
And out front, our homeowners are counting down the hours until they get their house back.
1 day, 6 hours, 26 minutes, and 7 seconds.
It's 8 p.m. The team is having a hoedown in the living room. Steve helps Ray, Rusty, and Eric tongue and groove the last of the ceiling.
Right now, this is like a Friday night kind of vibe going on. Sometimes a little adversity is the best thing that can happen to a group of guys that are trying to get something done. A bunch of good old-fashioned hard work going on right now.
Jack puts up Pecky cedar paneling in the living room, and Justin is still working on that light switch.
Gotta reroute this shit again because the window, because I've been told 3 different times it's coming down this far. No, it's coming down this far. No, it's coming down this far. Every time we had to redo it.
Over to that stud now.
Steve tries to keep Justin from killing the momentum.
Hey, Justin, just shake it. Just shake it off. Just shake for a second. Just shake it off for a minute. That's not shaking, that's shrugging. Shake it off. Take your arms and legs, just shake it. Just shake it like that. Just shake it. Shake it off. Shake it. Come on, Justin. Just shake it. Just shake it. There you go. There you go. Shake it. Shake it. Shake it off. Now wire that up and walk away from there. Tired of seeing you.
But it's too little, too late.
1 hour, 20 minutes, 34 seconds. Burnt.
Right in there. Let's do that cross spot. Let's cross the line. I don't think we're getting some of this.
I don't think you're...
We don't. This is fault.
The energy peters out, dashing any chance of an all-night rally.
Late. You guys have a good night?
Good.
They bailed on me.
By 11:45, it's down to 2. Rusty decides to call a spade a spade.
Justin, I'm not a carpenter and you're not a carpenter. Get you some sleep. Let's get in here with the guys and we're gonna have to do the best we can do tomorrow. I appreciate you hanging out.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not gonna stay up all night trying to figure out what they want done. Finish on that wire.
24 hours to go. Dum, 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 dum.
Friday,
the last day of the build, begins after just a couple hours of sleep. In the light of day, the amount of work that still needs to get done is daunting.
They have still at least 25% of this job to do, and today is not the day to sit around and talk about stuff. Today is the time to start working and just get it finished.
Last night is starting to look like a lost opportunity.
I think collectively we hit the wall, and then one by one we dropped off, so. But right back at it today.
Didn't get quite as far as we thought we should have. You know, there's only so much you can do and keep it safe at the same time.
Brother, we're gonna try.
And no one is feeling the pinch more than Rusty.
I'm not real confident in our crew.
That's disturbing. Rusty's taking this job real personal. You know, this was a real challenge for him, and I think he's extremely disappointed that the guys didn't stay last night and work.
But I would say with what we got left, we're 2 days behind. And you know I'm right there.
Justin has now spent 3 days on the same light switch.
No, go talk to somebody else, man, please.
Just keeping him focused is the biggest challenge of the week for me, especially yesterday, and I have a feeling today's gonna be the same way.
This is going down through the, all right, that's going down to the stage. This is
that
the
one
stage
wired
right
up?
Here. Yeah, this is the stage right here. This is stage light.
Okay, that's stage light.
Okay.
This switch is already coming to you,
connection.
right?
The switch is simple. Keep going up there. Just can't switch that one. That one. This one.
Steve has had enough.
What's going on?
It's time for a showdown in the Monster Corral.
All right, I'll be honest with you about it. This is like overwhelming me. You know, it's because I'm the only one and I'm responsible for all the wiring and make sure everything works. I'm not prepared for this, you know. But I don't know, so much is going to be demanded. I mean, as far as the electrical went. I mean, I've done this before. It's been a long time. And when I did do it, I wasn't very good at it. But, you know, I just go from one job to the next, just trying to find something I'm good at. You know, electrical, I mean, I've tried it, I've done it, but I've always been slow at it. Anything I've always been, you know, just hard to pick up. So when I was married to my second wife, I was cleaning out drain pipes. So I was just trying to, you know, pull my way through it pretty much, okay?
You can bow out right now, and it'll be fine. I'm telling you this man to man right now.
I cannot believe this is happening to me.
I'm telling you now, it's not that big a deal. Look, it's not that big a deal. It's not, listen, look at me. It's not, look at me. It's time to stop being selfish. There are 4 guys in there who are killing themselves, and if this stuff is not done correctly, they're not gonna win.
Finally, the jig is up. Justin hands in his microphone and heads out of town.
Justin is gone. So we are one team member short. Not that, I mean,
80 and
whatever.
We've been one team member short since day one.
He was honest with me about the fact that he does not have experience as an electrician, and that he falsified on his application.
It's time to bite the bullet and move forward.
But I don't want to stand here and bitch about it down.
We can't talk about it. Yes. You know what? You know what? I respect the fact that he left with 16 hours to go and gave us a chance to replace him with someone that'd be more able and capable.
I'm pretty glad that he's gone. I'm glad that he was finally honest.
I feel betrayed that he lied. To lie is a whole different thing. To lie is, I feel disrespected.
He tried. I mean, you know, it was no surprise to anybody. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Keep smiling.
They shrug off the setback and return to work. Out back, Jack hand-hews banisters for the balcony.
A little time consuming, man. It takes a little bit of time to get these suckers shaped down. You know, try to get that whole authentic Western inside of the barn look, you know?
Inside, Eric finishes cutting out the new window. Then Steve deals the team an ace. Master electrician, Danny Snell.
Hey, Danny.
Jack, this is Danny.
Danny, how are you?
From our race car house build team. Basically here to help you guys get this thing done and win this thing, all right? So I say you just use him up.
Danny, we don't know where Justin left off. We don't know what's going on, so we'd appreciate you stepping forward and don't ask us. Just boom, jump on it.
Not a problem.
Danny goes to work cleaning up Justin's mess and brings the team its first hope of making it by midnight.
Dude blows and goes, man. That's good. It would have been nice to have that 5th hand like that early on in the week. My confidence is slowly creeping back up.
You've got tongue and groove going on all the ceilings, drywall going on the ceiling in the main room, hanging Western doors. Everything's happening at one time.
Too quiet in there. Let's get going. I'm glad just to be here and to be able to help out. And I think I'm insane for getting myself back into it, but this is good stuff. This is fun stuff. Come on, guys! Time's running out.
We got 8 hours to put a living room together. We can do it.
Plenty of time, plenty of time.
It's getting right down to the wire, man. I mean, we are right down to the wire.
By sundown, the bunkhouse is close to finished, but the living room is in chaos.
Hey, you think we could get some more in this room? It's not enough.
Guys, listen up. Listen up.
God dang it.
We can pull this up. I'm telling you.
Heads up, coming down. Like a cat, always landing on his feet. Hey, you got one. See, that's what it was. See, I put the fear of Jack into him. 3 hours to go, you know, it doesn't mean we're out.
It means there's still clock ticking, and we need to use as much of that clock as we can.
For Jack, any doubts about his original teammates are long gone.
You know what? I'm gonna have Ray out from behind his desk at work. He will be out in the field swinging a hammer. Rusty, he's never gonna pick up a piece of iron again. He's gonna go straight wood chipper. Kid Rock right here, I think I'll take and hire him when my little brother bones out on me. I'll give him a job.
Midwest, yo, Midwest.
With less than 3 hours left, the team hangs the new door to the backyard. But one major item still hasn't left the drawing board.
We have got to get to this wagon wheel. Got to get the wagon wheel knocked out.
Danny bangs a hole for the winch, while Rusty and Eric mount the wheel on chains.
It's not really ironwork, but, you know, I got to cut a chain.
I tell you what, Rusty, you can wear my Pittsburgh Paints hat. I'll wear your iron worker's hat.
You got to earn this, buddy.
Structural iron worker. Structural iron work. Structural iron work. Structural iron work. All right, guys, 2 hours left. Let's go.
We've reached DEFCON 4.
Time's running out. I got to tell you, I'm proud of these 4 guys.
It's a heroic effort, but the clock hasn't stopped ticking.
All right, guys, 1 hour. 1 hour.
We still got so much to do, you know?
We're not going to make it, but we're giving it the best shot.
With less than 30 minutes to go, the build team rolls out the wagon wheel.
That's beautiful.
But it's not enough. The team is not going to make it, and they know it.
We don't have the lead stops work. Shorten it up. Syrup. 15 seconds, Ray. Then you can go out and get me another board.
9.
Actually,
8,
no, you can't.
7, 6.
Really?
5.
We're still gonna put this house together for these homework.
3, 2, 1.
Like this.
All right, put your tools down. All materials down. Everybody come on down. Build week's over. I gotta say, first of all, you guys kicked ass. I mean, seriously, you guys kicked ass, and I'm proud to have worked with you this week. But, you know, just, it's midnight, it's Friday, and that's the deadline, and so obviously the job is not finished, and the build is not complete. We know that you guys lost some valuable man hours today and throughout the week because of the whole situation. So because of that, what we're going to do is something that we have not done on this show, and we're going to give you the option of making up those man hours tomorrow. You're still eligible to win your prizes and to complete the challenge. And those hours will be 7 to 4.
I'm here.
I'm here. I'm not a quitter.
I can't leave this house like this.
But
I've never left a job like this in
At
my
all.
life. Sure as hell I'm not going to start now. It's a matter of personal pride.
Good luck, guys. I hope you succeed.
Saturday morning, the fearsome foursome arrives early and picks up where they left off. Eric, Ray, and Rusty pound out the tongue and groove.
Oh, son of a...
A couple of specially aged doors complete the second story. With one strategic slam, Jack wipes the window off the to-do list. Eric finishes the last of the cedar, and a stage is born. Jack grinds away in the backyard.
This is like real lumber. It's not that particle board they use on that other show.
And puts the bed to bed. Finally, the platform is built, and the Western tub is open for business. By 4 p.m., it's time for Tara to work her magic, including booty from Colonial Works and Hollywood Studio Gallery. Then a whole new countdown begins.
33 minutes and 45 seconds. It's completely up and down emotions. You have excitement, nervousness, anticipation. Nervousness. It's a new word. We're ready. Are you?
After a wild week in their mobile home, it's time for the entire extended family to rope in a monster. Ron's girlfriend Lisa and her daughter come along for the ride.
1, 2, 3. This is amazing.
Out back, the builders watch on closed-circuit TV.
Oh, man. Look up here. This is absolutely amazing.
There's a couch. We didn't have a couch.
You need the little guy.
Steve and you guys did an awesome job.
How about I give you guys a quick tour of your new house?
I would love that, Steve.
I would love that.
John, this lowers.
Steve's gonna make this chandelier go down.
Poker table.
Excellent.
And of course, you've got your karaoke machine because I know these kids want to sing.
Okay,
Like the cedar?
I lost the bedroom, so it smells good.
Let's go take a look.
All right. Hey, let's go back here.
This is your covered patio / bedroom.
Oh my God! I got a fireplace. Does it work?
Yes.
Oh yeah, baby!
Oh, look at that. You got your own bath and running water out here.
That thing is fully operational and functional, just so you know. That thing is plumbed in.
What about the speakers? How do we get sound out through that?
What you got was a 5.1 surround sound system, all wired up from just in time. Communications.
I'm never leaving this house.
Now, there's one more thing I want you guys to do. I want to introduce you to 4 gentlemen who quite possibly worked harder than any group of guys that you will ever be around, ever. Guys. These are your builders.
Thank you, guys.
Guys.
Excellent. All right.
We gotta shake
Great job.
Thank you.
All
This is
right.
why we do it.
Thank you, man.
But let me ask you a question. Was it worth it?
Oh yeah.
We got a monster house.
This is a small token of our appreciation for the work that you guys put in this week. Yes, give these guys a hand. You guys were awesome. Have at it. What you've got is from Makita, you have an 18-volt cordless combo kit, a Makita 10-inch dual-slide compound miter saw, and from ESAB, you have the Precision Master outfit from Presto Life for cutting, soldering, and brazing. Thank you so much for doing a good job. Good work this week, man. Good work.
But for these guys, it's been about pride, not prizes. This ragtag band of misfits beat the odds and turned a mighty mess into a monster. Until next time, when who knows, the monster may be coming to your house.
I think you're broken.
How far down am I going with that? That's why I thought I'd give it a quick check with you.
I'm so sad.
I just didn't set up.
What? Hey, man, let me have this, man. Let me see it. I got a picture of it. It's making me cry. I'm upset.